We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25. Yard line.
Bring it at their own 25-yard line.
Jahan, 180!
Not today, you are. Not today. Check three, check three.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A 6-yard pickup.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
You won't see me in your nightmares.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Check.
Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs.
Give me some.
And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
They're backed up here with a first and 20 now after the holding penalty.
I'm coming.
Cook following the penalty.
I got you, boy.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Jahan, 180!
Check. Watch 54. John D.
Hey, Ken!
Watch that.
Greystone, travel.
Say,
Black. Zebra.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
go.
A gain of 11 on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
First down, Vikings.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Coming to you, coming to you.
300.
Whip.
Hey, Steamer.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59.
5.
Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mike 5'9", Mike. That's it. Man, that's trash.
Prescott to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Let's put that team on the bus. Hey,
Here we go, 46. Here we go, going to 53. 46.
Looking to throw. Prescott. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Hey, here we go.
55. Hey, eat.
Here we go, going to 53.
Chance.
Hey, kill.
Echo. 55. Go take. Spell. Jack.
Here we go, going to 54. Line 8. What do you think?
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Here we go.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
4 down.
Here we go. Line 8.
Watch 55. It's our field. Hey, it's
Here we go, 47.
check 3.
26.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, kill! 47. Everybody kill.
Smoke. Mike 55. I got one.
26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Prescott now. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Kill.
Here's Elliott. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
We're going to 54. Kill. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Keep breaking the balls up.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And some space here. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They run again on 1st down. Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
1st down.
Jahan, what do you need?
Mike is 15.
Quaker Omaha.
Push him back.
Two.
Sponge. No. Tight.
Through.
Tight up.
1st down. Here's Cousins. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Now Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Here we go. Flying in.
59. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go. Let's go.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, going to 54. Why in? 26.
Throwing. Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
59. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
First.
5-9.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike, 59.
Throwing, Cousins. Flush to his right. Going deep for Diggs. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. He's got a first down and more past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. So we've come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Kill.
Two.
They run it again with Cook. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mike's 59. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Man.
Black.
59's Mike. Check, 59. You.
Hey, orbit.
On 3rd down, Cousins eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right's got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Jim. Check.
Gun.
Check, hot route. Hot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Mike, 54.
Here we go, kill. Here we go, go to 54, wide in. 26.
Here's Prescott. And this is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, 47.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Yeah, that's what I do.
Prescott from the gun. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
53. Here we go.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Cowboys' 41-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
53's Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
No such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Check 37. Check.
Here we go, bring the energy.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. On the ground, it's Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
I got you. You're all mine, baby.
Play action now. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Second and 3.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On second down, it's Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
The 22-yard line.
50, Mike 50. Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Vikings pick up the football. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they were on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Anthony Barr able to record his 5th sack of the season. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is Harris. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, well, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense.
And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be third and forever.
Listen to me. Hey, Delta. Gun.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Here we go.
59. Mike's 59.
Out of his end zone, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Check. Check 53.
Hey, flipper.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. On first down, it's Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
25. First. Check 25.
Hey, can't.
Cousins here to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Minnesota, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.